Do you guys remember reading those Choose Your Own Adventure books? I sure do. But mostly they were about tracking down a murderer or escaping some kind of temple. Nothing really for the sci-fi fans out there. So, what if I told you there was one for that too? BAM! Being Interplanetary Spy, where you track down the villain. That's right, this is my favorite Choose Your Own Adventure series. We have about a couple books on this series. So, and I've read all of them. I only was able to find one, though, which is number 6. It's called The Star Crystal. As you can tell, this is already going to be a great one. So, do you like puzzles that are incredibly easy but still feel incredibly rewarding? Do you like sci-fi? Do you like ugly people? Well then, Being Interplanetary Spy is for you. So I decided that we're going to quickly go over it together, just to see what it's like, and so you guys know what this is. But before I begin, I'm going to give you a bit of history on this. So, the Being Interplanetary Spy books, there's about 12 of them, and there's 6 in the first half of the series and 6 in the second half. And this is my favorite one by far, this Being Interplanetary Spy, number 6, Star Crystal, just because I like all the mystery and there's a lot of plot twists in it. So we're just going to kind of briefly go over it and, I guess, beat it. Our mission is to guard the Interplanetary Diplomat Core Boss, Tro. This is him. I know, he's looking pretty great. And we're going to be boarding this incredibly stupid-looking spaceship. So, I'm just going to do a little bit of book gameplay, I guess. And we're going to have the name Darkstar as our code name. Cool. Alright, so we land on the planet, and we must get through to meet up with Tro. So, computer scan show that your landing was undetected. Here's the first main thing that separates Being Interplanetary Spy from regular Choose Your Own Adventure books, and this is the puzzles. There are a lot more puzzles in the Being Interplanetary Spy books than there is regular Choose Your Own Adventure books. As you can see here, we need to build a mask, and they're all kind of numbered here. So, I mean, obviously the right answer is this one right here, because the top is number 2, and this one starts with 6. So, I think that's the right answer. Okay, skipping ahead. So, we're meeting up with this guy, and we have to pick the label. And what's really cool about this book is you can actually solve the puzzles just by looking at the back of the book. So, we need to pick the right one. So, see, this one has kind of like a belt, like a thick belt, and this one kind of has like a triangle belt. So, if we flip to the back here, we can see that we have a triangle belt. So, that means that the triangle belt is right. Oh, well, somebody circled that in, I guess my dad, because he had this book before I did. So, way to give it away. So, what happens is our little friend here that we just met gets shot, and we have to meet up with Tro and to get onto the platform. But we need to figure out this puzzle. Which button do we press? This one or this one? So, well, the first time I realized this, I'm like, all right, well, there's got to be a pattern. And I realize that there's 4 spaces in between the next row of buttons, and here, and then 3, and then I'm like, well, what happens if it's 2? Let's do it. That was the right answer. So, as you can imagine, there's going to be a lot more puzzles and a lot more alternate endings because there are multiple solutions to puzzles. Like, say, if you pick the wrong answer for the first one, you might be able to still recover, whereas a normal Choose Your Own Adventure book might just instantly kill you off, which, honestly, I think ruins the fun. And, honestly, like, you meet so many great characters, and the book is really memorable, so I recommend you finding, like, a PDF file or something of a Being Interplanetary Spy book. Online or something, because they're really good. They're definitely high quality adventures, and I prefer them much over the regular Choose Your Own Adventure books. Basically, and also if you want to know what happened in this book, basically what happens is you and Tro just kind of go onto the ugly looking spaceship, and you have to figure out who stole this star crystal, and you meet 4 different passengers that you think might have stolen it. And what ends up happening is you keep on going on this mad dash to find out who does it, because there's this guy lurking around. It might be one of the passengers that's like killing off robots and making you mess up and stuff like that. But in the end, spoiler warning, you find out that the person that was trying to steal the star crystal was Tro. When I first read this part of the book, I was so into it that I actually yelled out, "No way!" when I realized that Tro was the star crystal stealer, and it was just so crazy of a plot twist, and you would never expect it. I love this. I can't gush enough about this book. Seriously. Well, that's being Interplanetary Spy. I liked it. Still as good as I remember it. And I'll make sure I read more of them. And if you guys like this kind of video, by the way, let me know about these kind of choose your own adventure kind of old books. This was made in 1984. So if you like this kind of thing, let me know. And thank you guys for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you later.